keep getting data about the plates shifting. What are they called again? The San Andreas plates. The fault lines. Oh my god. Calendars are overrated. Yes. Now seasons, you know where you are based on the seasons. At this point, I separate the year by next fests that don't have train rot. Let's be real. It's going to be next year by the time we get into a next fest. You have Golden. We're also live on YouTube. Big, huge, humongous, ginormous, incredibly huge. Let me double check. I think we should be. Right, yeah. Okay, good. We tell the season by the color of leaf. Exactly. Exactly. No leaves, fall. No leaves also equals winter. But fall is before winter. Yeah. I know my seasons. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. No leaves on tree, no look down, no leaves on floor. Winter. Damn, he's smart. He knows. He's been through this. He's been through this before. I'd be playing old school RuneScape on my fucking computer, my supercomputer Retro by the Umbra OS. It's basically the equivalent of Linux. As in, like, it doesn't do shit. Anyways, where the fuck I am? What are we doing today? What's on the chopping block, chat? Why are there two phones? We do have to work on a rarity system soon. Quota system, monsters, a cohesive art style? What do you mean? This is cohesive-ish, besides the grids and all of the blockout meshes, but it's quite cohesive. I don't know what you're talking about. It's extremely cohesive. Where's the yellow paint? I don't know where to go. You ain't getting yellow paint in this game. You ain't getting no yellow paint in this one, baby. Oh shit. I forgot I put this in front of the fan. Car 1 has an electrical fault. Actually, I don't think we can repair that one. Because the electricity is in an inaccessible spot. Well, guess I should fix that, huh? Where is office? Where is office? Yeah, Felix, you can ask me a question about the trim sheets. Listen, man, I'm not a pro though. I ain't no pro, you know. Don't get it twisted. I ain't no pro or anything. You know what I mean? I ain't no pro. Just a guy. I'm just a guy doing things. YouTube? YouTube, the YouTube stream is live. It's live. It is live. It's been live. It's live right now. Prismatica. Thank you for the raid, man. Dude, I tuned into your stream earlier, and the first thing I saw when I tuned in was a gigantified emote of your face. Actually, that's a good one, dude. It was enormous. It was filling the whole screen. Thanks for the raid, man. Hope you had a good stream, dude. Big face, man. We love that, dude. We love that. Hell yeah. Dude, I honestly, I know I've been saying it for a while. I know I've been saying it. Listen. I think I think you could 100%, if you end up, once you end up finishing that system with like the movement system and everything that you got going on, dude, I could 100% see that being like such a good, like, such a good, structure for like a roguelite, or like just like a, I'm thinking, what's that game? It's been around for such a long time. It's kind of physics based, it's top down, and you're in a dungeon. Like, hell, even that one Unreal game that's literally just physics based, but it's third person. Something sword, half sword. Even that did really well, and most of that thing was just like physics-based combat. But there's another one that I was thinking about as well that I forgot the name of. It's very kind of slow and dark. It's top-down. It's also physics-based. I forgot the name of it, man. Those devs said they used my videos, which I found funny. That's so fucking... That's so cool. And then imagine if you were to end up releasing a game inspired by this. Or not inspired by this, but I mean... Exanima! Yes! Yes! That's the one! No wonder I couldn't remember the name. It's so fucking complicated. Yes, man. Although, I guess it's a very niche kind of genre, right? It's like 20 years now? Well, it released 2015. 10 years. Centipede Simulator? Excuse me. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. You know how there's been a trend of these like 2-player hard games? Okay, hear me out. Human Centipede. Okay. Friend 1 and Friend 2. One's in... I don't want to continue. You know what I mean. Mods, remove the streamer. How many trim sheets do you have for this project, for example? And how do you decide what to turn into a trim sheet? I think it heavily depends. If it's like really small objects, thin, that I still want detail on, trim sheet, right? Like for example, this ladder would be a perfect scenario for a trim sheet. The catwalks use a trim sheet, but it's just for the grates, right? Things like windows could also be a good use case for trim sheets because they're very thin. and you'd be seeing different shapes and whatnot all over the world. Generally, trim sheets I like to use anywhere possible because, especially if you're reusing trim sheets and then creating one that's modular enough where you can like give it different colors and variations without like adding too many textures to it, you end up saving so much on like memory and whatnot. I can't see shit. Okay, we can access the electrical box. It's the perfect height. Hell yeah. Can we access this room? Hell yeah, we can. We're in. I'm in. Here, cat pie. Okay, let me check the ladder. Checking the ladder over. Ladder successful, boss. Okay. Put that on the board that we did that today. Is there, wait, hold on. Is there any other levels with this? Shit. I'm pretty sure there's another level that has the electrical box on the outside. Want to say it's the... Wait, no, we don't. Maybe cabin 2. Oh yeah, but we're not keeping cabin 2. Cabin 2 is fake. It's not real. In fact, delete this car. Get it off the list. Get it off the spawn list. Me and cabin 2, we don't fuck with each other no more. I think it's right here. Yeah, goodbye. 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 The car that looks like it's the Star Wars Jedi Temple. No, not Jedi Temple. This is the Coruscant. It's the white and the red that makes it look like that, and also the curved lines. It's the I don't remember what it's called. It's a place in Coruscant though, for the Jedi. I don't think they call it the Jedi Temple. It's like the Jedi Center. Begone. Okay, today, the plan. We still need to work on the quota system. Quota system, tutorialization, quota system, tutorialization, train exploding when train health reaches 0. Front train needs to be larger. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Oh my god. Do you see how much larger this thing would have to become? Oh. Oh. Yo! Hello, my favorite big nose streamer. It is I. It is I. Large Schnauzer. We also have to work on the employee handbook. We also have to work on, what else do we have to work on? What's on our, let's take a look at the, take a look at the list. Oh, whip out the list. Make the physics handle system respect mass more without relying on interpolation. Youch. Dragging heavy objects should eat stamina. Honestly, past me, I don't think that's a good idea. That's how you piss off players. That's how you piss them off. I just don't think that's, I don't think that's necessary. Did I release my first game on Steam or itch.io? I released my first game on Steam. Can I be real with you? I don't think itch.io is worth anybody's time. Sorry. I'm being an ass, but no, I don't know. I never released on itch. I just don't find any reason to. I think it's okay for small games. Yeah, like game jams and stuff like that. But for me, I don't really care much for it. Stream is goated. Mods, get the bot. Get the bot out of here. He's lying. That's the Rocket League bot. Get the Rocket League bot out of here. He's in the wrong stream. We still have to put rotating held objects and a lot of item interactions. A lot of items don't do anything at the momento. Man, what is this game even trying to be? What even is this game trying to be? Hello, Hellcat. Don't piss off past Crimson. Listen, he did a piss poor job of trying to plan this damn game. And current me is also part of the problem. You have a sandbox, sort of. It's just not a very fun sandbox yet. You know what we should do, though? Should we do this on stream? We need to test out the game. We have a bunch of shit in our Notepad 2 of things that we need to test to make sure that they're working. Whip out the laptop, start doing some testing on stream so you guys can see what the process is like. Well, we got to package the game first. We're going deep into the thick of it. And then I'd like to work on the quota system. Next. Train health when reach 0. Train should explode and run should end. Oof, my back. Y'all. My side hurts too. I don't know what I did when I was doing my bench press, but I like fucked up my side. That was really fast. That was a little too fast. That was a suspiciously fast. That package was way too fast. What the hell even? In 30 seconds? Motherfucker, what, am I using the right engine? Okay, sus. Weird. Weird. Very weird. Okay. Let me, so I need to, we're gonna close the engine real quick. If you packaged not that long ago, I guess it doesn't have to recompile much, I guess. Yeah, the biggest thing that's the slowest thing when you're repackaging is just compiling shaders, but I'm still kind of surprised to see it be that quick. Am I still on UE4? For Suit for Hire, it's still on UE4. For this game, for our Friend Slap game, it's on UE5. Time to bloat your project? That's way too fast. Listen, how am I supposed to make a cup of coffee if this shit packages in 30 seconds? Hey, hell yeah, Andre. Organize your life with Trello. Will I ever update Suit for Hire to 5? My only problem with upgrading Suit for Hire to 5, especially like with the DLC release, is the chances of it, you know, potentially like causing issues on people's PCs, even though they were running the game perfectly fine before, right? I don't know if it would. I don't think there'd be that many issues, but I just want to avoid that altogether, to be honest. How big is my derived data cache for this game? I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that big. It is apparently 2 megabytes. So I think I set up my DDC incorrectly. And it is probably in the engine folder, which is stupid of me. Whoopsies. Great. Gonna have to look for that. Okay, hold on. I zipped up the folder. Now I got to go on Steamworks and upload the new build. Sign in. Sign in. Oh my god, Train Fest is on July 20th. Guys, this would have been a perfect game to put in Train Fest. To piss off the train fans, because they would look at it and be like, this has nothing to do with fucking trains. It's just that the thing's on rails. But unfortunately, we are not ready because I'm really slow at making games. Sorry. I'm really slow. I'm slow. It just be that way. Other devs, they go in. Upload failed? What do you mean the upload failed, Steam? Why? Maybe does this build even work? Hold on, let me open up the exe before I continue. Yeah, it seems to work. What the fuck? Choose file, zip folder, upload. It was the first time I've ever had anything fail on Steamworks. Oh, is it about to fail again? Guys. Oh, there we go. It's good. Okay, published. Hell yeah, I'm in. I have 30% of my coffee left. I got about 50% of mine. Are we slow or is the world zooming fast? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like time passes way too damn quick. Okay, we need to relax. I'm almost 29 years old. Okay, I only have 1 game released. It's taking me 5 years to finish a game. By the time we have game release 2, I'm going to be 33, probably with 2 kids or something. I don't know what's gonna what the hell's going to be going on. Error failure. Wait, what? My builds keep failing. Merge with, okay, let's try merging with baseline and see if that works. Okay. All right, updated. Hell yeah. Is the government speeding up the planet to spin faster? They got thrusters fucking spinning this fucker. Oh my god, I knew it. I knew it. It's the thrusters that they've placed, and they just attached it to the Earth. All these thrusters that they're testing, it's causing the planet to spin faster. That's my theory. They're specifically placing them so they spin faster. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get my laptop. We be testing games. We be doing some testing here. I hope this is charged. It should be. Yeah. Please tell me I have battery. I got a theory. The CIA created dinosaurs to deny us from using time travel. Dude, I would still fucking time... No, I probably wouldn't. I hate typing on laptops. Okay, let me open up Steam here. I'm logged into the same account. Am I fucking stupid? Great, I gotta change account. Then I gotta update the game on my end here. All right. I should probably start creating a versioning system so I can make sure that I'm on the same versions on both of my clients, but I'm too lazy to do that, so here we are. So here we are. Okay, so let's take a look at the list. First thing we need to test. On time expiry, the client does not get teleported to the front. Okay, that should be an easy one to test. We literally just need both clients to go in, walk into a room, and then we just speed up time. This is what testing involves. It just... I hope it's fixed. Please tell me it's fixed. Oh my goodness gracious. It would suck trying to fix that issue because we can't even... we can't test it in Pi because it doesn't work in... Like, it works perfectly fine in Pi. It's one of those bugs. I hate these kind of bugs because... What am I to do? What's a man to do? How is it that my laptop finished this faster than my computer did? What? Okay, so we're gonna host the session here on this client, and then this guy is gonna find the session, and then I'm gonna mute this. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got laptop guy with trackpad that doesn't work 90% of the time. Okay, and then both of these guys... Gah! How do people play video games on a trackpad? And then, I guess I'll just... Okay. Please. Okay. Great question. How do they? I need to get a like an external mouse and attach it to. By the way, on laptop, this game is super dark. On my computer, it's bright as hell. Hey, do you mind getting? Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so what I need to do now. Also, let me do. I'm gonna set the max FPS on my laptop to 60 before I explode this laptop. It's probably gonna get hot testing this. Okay. All right. Speed up time. Can I not speed up? Uh-oh. Guys, I don't... Command not recognized slow-mo. Wait. Can I not speed up time in a packaged build? I swear I was able to in the past. What happened? I swear I've been able to slow down and speed up time in the past. What's he looking at? He's looking at Twitch chat. What are you guys saying? It's because of the time travel police? This shit ain't right. What's going on? I missed her. Am I going to be at QuakeCon? I personally just don't really go to conventions because I am extremely antisocial. But I will not be, unfortunately. Dude, I swear you were able to speed up time before. By the way, this laptop is... We're going to only test this one thing, I think, on this. I wonder if I can, like, lower the graphics on this. Just so I don't explode. S dot... What was the shadow quality command? Oh, R. 0. R dot... R dot... Is there a way to change the overall? I don't remember. Want to play Super Fire while interviewing? Yeah, dude, I don't think I could ever do that because I just like I'm too anxious to do stuff like that. I'm too anxious. Figured out the particles of Niagara expire faster. They speed up lifetime. Its performance / FPS is low. I think there's a whole section for that in Niagara to disable that behavior. I'm pretty sure. Any way of getting a review key for Superfire to play on the stream? I don't usually give out keys, but if you want to, Mista, send me an email and I'll try to take a look at it when I can. But I usually just haven't been sending any emails or anything. What the hell? Oh, what the fuck? What happened? Oh, did you wet your... Man, what the hell happened? Oh, come on, man. Oh, this is ridiculous. Someone clogged the toilet again. That's why I don't see you on Keymailer? Yeah, I haven't... Ow, ow, ow! Oh, oh, ouch! Yeah, I haven't set my... I haven't set up anything on any of those platforms. I actually am confused. How is it that we're now down to 130 FPS? What happened? What are you getting? Stat FPS. Well, 60. I set the max to 60 here. Oh, interesting. The client still sees the puddles. That's another thing to add to the list. What the hell? Oh my god, what the hell? Still sees puddles from toilet task after being fixed, after server fixed it. Just sitting here for 12 minutes, waiting for the time to pass, so then the time expires, and just see if these two fuckers end up being teleported. Please tell me it works. Please tell me it works. How do you get your notepad like that? It's called Notion. N-O-T-I-O-N. It's a different piece of software. Okay, I'm not leaving this on. What in the boredom are we doing here? Well, I'm staring at this dumb fucking looking guy, waiting for 12 minutes to pass by, so that then we can see when the time expires in the run, and both players end up being teleported to the front, that they actually do get teleported to the front. Because for some reason, the client doesn't get teleported to the front. I don't know why. So we're gonna see if it actually does it now. Or maybe it won't. And for some reason, I can't speed up time, which is really annoying. It doesn't recognize the slow-mo command, which makes no sense because it recognized it before. Couldn't you have changed the timer to 20 seconds? Yeah, honestly, in hindsight, probably would have been a good idea. But I thought... I usually have a command that allows me to speed up time by like 10x, which would have meant that this would have been 1 minute and 20 seconds instead. For some reason, it's not working, so... I don't know why. Tried time dilation? That's for a demo, though. Yeah, that's for a demo. That's for, like, watching a replay. Is there just a command that's just time dilation? Nope. Yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, it's not fixed. Well, that's not good. The other client is still on the train. Even though they got the fade out, but for some reason they were still not set to the correct location. Do they get teleported to the same location? They get teleported at one of the random player starts, which is over here. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Okay, well, shit. Could it be that it picks the same one and can't find the spot? I feel like set actor location should force it to teleport in the position. But the fact that it's been so consistently, you know, teleporting and whatnot, I don't know. My other potential thing that it could be is somehow somehow player start doesn't exist on the client. These little things somehow don't exist on the client. That could be another thing. But that being said, they're supposed to net load on client. So I don't know. $18 out of 19. We're going in reverse. I want to say, now I didn't test this. I should have tested this with the Steam that was there. I want to say this is fixed. I really don't want to grab my laptop again to test that again. I think we're just going to do a separate test on 2 PCs instead for some of this stuff. So let's see what we can maybe do to fix that, though. Like, let's look at it real quick. Could you not use a virtual desktop to test a second Steam account on the same PC? I don't know. I just don't have a virtual desktop system to test that. I also don't, I've never used a virtual desktop, so I don't know how to even do that. But that would probably be a good idea. Hold the Windows key and press tab while holding. New desktop? Is that what you're saying? Is that a virtual desktop? Yeah? I thought... Really? I'll have to do that, try that off stream. I'll have to try that off stream to see what the process would be there. So are you saying if you open up a new desktop, you can log into a different Steam account and it's not going to log you out on your current thing? I used to use it before Blizzard allowed multiple logins on Paddle.net for a while. Suspicious. It might log you out on next Steam open. Right, okay. That's kind of annoying, though. That's kind of annoying. That was the same as just having a different monitor. I thought that was the case as well, rather than like a virtual desktop. It just opens like a... Think of like your Windows as like a Google Chrome window. It's like just opening up another like set of tabs or something. No? I see. I see. Transitioning to station request. So I am noticing that the camera fade is occurring. So that is being called. Oh, you know what? It might be the cabin managers. Wait, yeah, it is. Oh my god. Wait, how does this work in Pi, but it doesn't work? Wait. Wait. It clears the desktop tasks entirely. What the fuck? Interesting. I'll have to give that a try. Cable management is always a problem. Listen, these aren't cables, these are wires, all right? Okay, the problem... Okay, so here's the problem. This will unload all of the levels, right? But the problem is that this then tries to ask, hey, where can I go teleport to? Right? The thing is, it won't have any cabin managers anymore. Oh, but it's getting the first cabin manager, which is the main train. Does the main train even have a cabin manager? Oh, it does. Okay, I see what it's doing now. Never mind. So it's not trying to get the other ones. It's only just trying to get the one at the front. So this should work. By the way, I realized I could just use the teleport to station command to test this. I remembered that's a console command I can use. Yeah. Whoopsie. Oops. Oopsies. I also need to see if it ends up clearing the inventory, then the problem is just setting the active location for some reason just doesn't work. The client is the issue? Yeah, client right now is our problem. Server operates just fine. Don't forget to fix the cable management first. Listen, we're going to cross the beams, okay, if we really want to, okay? Yeah, what's really funny is that in Pi, is it another smooth sync issue? No, the player characters do not use smooth sync. They do not use smooth sync. So they use GMC. So if anything, maybe we want to set the active location with GMC. Instead. I know it looks a bit ugly right now, but maybe we should give up on this project and redo it in Godot. I don't know how to use Godot. I know, skill issue. Yeah, I know, skill issue, I know. Godot is easy, you just write some code. End quotes. Guy who never released a game. Come on, man. Come on. Why would I release a game? Okay, let's see if that works. I think it should. Let's test it in Pi first before we continue. So I go here, then I bring this guy here, then the server calls teleport to station. So it works in Pi. I wrote my will in GDScript. Is that legally bindable? Indeed. Oh, I see. Interesting. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Packaging time? Oh, fuck. Oh, I hate bugs like this. Oh. Because then you gotta package the fucking thing, then you gotta zip it up, and then you gotta upload it to Steam, and then you gotta... Desktop thing doesn't work? Are there any software for virtual desktops? Like, what are the typical software the devs would use for a virtual desktop? How the hell does a virtual desktop even work? Like, how the hell does that even work? By the way, that was like faster. I think that was faster than 30. That was 21 seconds. Get the flip out of here. I'm trying to swear less. I'm sorry. I've noticed my language has been a bit rough at times, and I apologize. I'm going to work on that. Well, time to whip out the laptop again. Get over here. It's time to get to work. Time to get to work. Time to get to work. Work. We'll know that the command is being called if the client's inventory is being cleared. If not, then there's something else going on. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, now I open up Steamworks. Then I upload the build again. Make sure I'm in the right game and not on Suit for Hire. Can you imagine if I accidentally uploaded the wrong thing to it? It happens to everyone. I'm sure it'll happen to me one day. What's our actually, I'm very curious, SteamDB Suit for Hire. What's our, what's been our player count? Oh, we had a player peak of 300 in May? Was that when the sale started? I still think it's so awesome that our player count has been above like 20 since 1.0 for a single player game. That is so awesome. That is so crazy cool to think that 38 people are playing the game right now. And kind of unbelievable, I gotta say. Kind of unbelievable. I gotta say, kind of unbelievable. In early access, we were like 5+, which is still pretty awesome. But very cool. Did I ever finish that port map? Port map? You mean you mean the shipyard? The Miami shipyard? Oh, that brother, that's an old level. That's an old one. Oh yeah, we finished that one. Why was early access so much lower? Does Steam boost on launch from EA, or did you market a ton? We just made the game better. We added third person on the 1.0 launch. We added a whole bunch of levels, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. I think we added Steam achievements at that point as well. So I think it just makes sense that there's a lot more players now. A lot of YouTubers made videos about the game as well on release. So that was great. That helped push the game quite a bit. Here I am on my tiny laptop. Here I am on my tiny laptop. It's not it didn't update for some reason. Okay. Let's make sure that it does that. So for Steam, you have to isolate the install, either having two installs of Steam on a separate drive, isolated through access rights, or through a virtual machine. The VM being easy. Virtual desktop does not work on singleton processes. Oh, so it'd have to be a virtual machine. That's the one I was thinking about. I see. I see. I'm on the wrong scene. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. Okay. Trackpad. Hardest thing ever in existence to game on a trackpad. The worst thing ever. Okay. Now let's see. I can't type. There's a laptop in the way. Where's my up key? Oh, there it is. Yes! We're so in, man. We're so in. All right, hold on. Test 2. Test it again. Test it again. Test numero dos. We got to test it at least 3 times to determine if it is a one-off. Also, his inventory was cleared, so it had to be something to do with the set actor location for some reason wasn't working. Okay, guys. It didn't work this time. Can we twerk in the game? No. Cancel the pizza party. No pizza party today. It would appear it only worked the first time. Why did it only work the first time? By the way, can I just say, opening up Unreal, an Unreal game, this laptop was at 95% battery. We've only had it open for like what? 15 to 20 minutes? It's already at 67% battery. Huh? Huh? Getting to a potential route? Well, we now know that it's able to set the location, but not every time. Okay. You did that on purpose? No, no, no. It was actually literally 67% battery. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so set actor location GMC. Is the delay? I don't think it's the delay. Is it possible that the bounds of this goes slightly outside of the zone? How do I show bounds of an object again? No, the bounds is correct. It's that red/white line. And it stops right at the door there. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. What is the delay for? It's so we wait until the fade out happens and then it'll do all of this other stuff. Technically shouldn't use a delay. I know. I know. Actually, using a delay in a multicast. That is probably not a good idea, huh? I wonder what kind of repercussions you can run into if you do a delay within a multicast function, multicast event. I don't know. It's able to do all these other events just fine until it reaches this point. Maybe we just remove the delay for now. Why not just spawn a widget for the fade out? Well, either way, we still run into the same problem. Even if we do a widget with a fade out, we still need these events to occur after. Let's try cutting out the delay for now. I don't think that's going to solve anything. But it just means that we're going to be instantly teleported to the train pre-fade out. So basically, if I run over here, and then I let the client run over here as well. It's just going to be instantaneous instead. We could do 2 seconds. I don't think the delay is the problem. worth testing at least. Yeah, we could probably test it. Good, Mead. How's it going? I'm also making a game. It's gonna be the new GTA 7. Hell yeah. GTA 7? Where would GTA 7 take place? New York? Have they ever made? No. Actually, wait. Didn't they make a GTA that took place in New York actually? Wasn't GTA 4 in technically New York? And then GTA 5 was like, I don't know, San Francisco or LA or whatever. Aren't all the GTA in Los Angeles? I don't think so. Oh, GTA 3 is New York? GTA 3 was also in New York. I swear GTA 4 looks a lot like New York or New York equivalent. New York equivalent. Maybe print the location. I think we do a print string here. So I believe we do receive the transition to station request, but let's also do a print. Let's do this. Players out of bounds, losing items. GTA 6 will flop, mark my words. The delay can cause a sleeping behavior of your other code on the client specifically. I don't know. I've never... Let's try removing the delay. But let's say, okay, question then. Let's say we don't use delay. Let's say we set a timer to a custom event that then runs this code. Can... Oh, but that sucks because this is sending an integer value to this. Fuck. And we can't send an integer to a timer. Am I completely programming a blueprint? For the most part, but we have some C++ code. Save my project on so many occasions. Hey, hell yeah, Mead. I'm glad I could be of help. Here's the Crimeo of the day, boss. Enjoy. Why did you give me... Why do I have... What's that called? What's that called? Why do I have dreadlocks? Man, why'd you give me dreadlocks? Pull it up on screen? Dude, I don't know what... I'm just showing the first second of it. That's it. My fingernails aren't that pretty looking. We must destroy the AI. Destroy AI. Destroy the AI. I'm sure Rastafarians probably don't like AI either, honestly. This shit's definitely get this out of here. Destroy it. Kind of look like a white Snoop Dogg. All right, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Is YouTube alive? Yes, it is. YouTube is indeed alive. Okay, so player out of bounds losing items. It could be the delay causing the problem. But then I ask, if we set a timer that calls a function, I'm assuming it would run just fine, even though it's going outside of from a multicast, right? So the client would just run the code. The problem is we're sending this integer value. So I'd have to turn this into a variable, which fucking sucks, by the way. Can you send a variable through a timer in C++? Or does it work very similarly in Blueprint where you can't send any variable data? GTA 6 will be full of idiots complaining that it's single player, then complaining that online is ruining, complaining that monetization of War's value for money, the GT 5, then the PC version will come out, get modded, and there'll be a mass ban wave, then it will die. Guys, I think it's going to make a gajillion dollars. I don't think it's going to make as much money as GTA 5, but I think it's going to make a gajillion dollars. You can just make a lambda and you can send anything? What the fuck? What is a lambda? And can you eat it? I think it'll make more than GTA 5. You think so, Flick? I don't know, man. GTA 5 is kind of like unbelievable amounts of money. Like shark cards, 7 remasters on different consoles. Like, I don't think it's going to... I think it was at its peak with all of these different remasters. I don't think people are going to be buying new consoles as much as before, especially with like some of these leaks apparently saying that the next PS6 or whatever is going to be like $1,000-something, apparently. I don't think it's going to make as much because of like all of these prices increasing. I don't think it's going to make as much. Haven't the GTA 6 pre-orders already made billions? I don't know. I don't look at these numbers. Yeah, okay, we might have to just turn this to a timer. I might have to turn this into a variable that then just reads from the variable. It's just so annoying having to create variables that are just literally used for one event. And I can't, like, turn this into a function because it's a multicast custom event. Didn't they make like 3 billion USD from GTA 6 pre-orders already? How much did GTA 5 make? Let's take a look. How much money did GTA 5 make? Has generated nearly 10 billion in worldwide revenue. $3 billion USD from pre-orders. I think it's going to take a lot for them to satiate the hype that people have for it. I think they'll be able to... I think they might be able to pull it off, but I have a feeling people have this like unrealistic expectation out of GTA. Like, I think the story is going to have to be really good. Oh no, maybe people don't give a shit about story. I think maybe it's like, I think maybe the driving is going to have to be really good. I don't really remember the story being all that interesting in GTA 5, to be honest. I don't remember it being memorable, to be honest. I'm gonna say it. I think the shooting in GTA 5 is fucking boring as well, to be honest. I don't think the shooting in GTA 5 is all that interesting. I only bought it to drive around and do nothing? Hell yeah, bunny. That's literally everything I did in GTA 5 was just pick up a car and just drive around and try to drift and shit. It's in the name, Grand Theft Auto. I think realistically, at the end of the day, it's just a driving sim. It's a glorified driving sim. Woozy? Honestly, anytime I talk about GTA 6, it's mostly just like trying to rage bait the GTA fanboys for the most part. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure. It's really not a driving sim. I have no idea what you're talking about. Guy enters conversation. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I will not be buying a fucking console just to play GTA. I love when people say that shit on Twitter or like anywhere. I'm gonna buy a console just to buy this game. Really? You're gonna spend $600 just to play one game? And then you're gonna have to buy the game that's also like $100? I haven't bought a console since Wii, and that was a good day. God, the Wii was so good, man. The Wii was peak. The Wii, so good. God, playing Wii Sports with family, and then playing Wii Sports Resort with family. Oh, that was some fun, man. That was some great fun. Why don't we get games like Wii Sports Resort anymore? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wii Sports Resort, but it's a friend slop. For PC. Wii Sports Resort, but without the Wii. It's just called Sports Resort. It's just a bunch of mini games, and you like cycle through the different sports. We call it Wii Sports Resort, but it's not the Wii. It's just we as in us together. Sports Resort. Isn't that just like any party game? Yeah, but it's just sports. All right, motherfucker? Wii Sports Resort. You can type it like this. Wii Sports Resort. They can't get us. They can't get Wii Sports Resort. I do think some of the fun is from the motion controls, though. I agree. Yeah, I do think some of the fun is literally like from that, for sure. I do agree with that. Like, look at it. Think about it. You have that one golf game that did really well, Super Battle Golf. And all the other games, I can't think of them. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. 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 So do we make it in VR? Are you trying to kill the idea before it even fucking begins? Like, is that what you're trying to do? You're literally trying to kill the game idea before it even began. Come on. Get real. You'd have to slopify each sport. Yeah, you would have to slopify each sport. There is a market? Yeah. A market for death. Everything has physics-based stuff. So, leave it to the community. Someone will make a VR mod. Exactly. There you go. Slap an extraction shooter mode in it, and I think we have a hit. You might be onto something. You might be onto something. You just reminded me of Sub Rosa. Oh, dude, Sub Rosa. What a time. What a time. What happened to Sub Rosa? I feel like maybe it just didn't have enough interest. It's mixed. What happened? Oh, did the developers just stop working on it? Oh. The last update made by the developers was over 5 years ago. Oh. Oh. Oh, hey, are you the guy from this website, Crimmage of the Day? I just saw you discovered avocados and got some gains. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. Don't you see my hair? Look at my hair. You can't just go into dreadlocks and then get out of dreadlocks just like that. That's another guy. I mean, they probably made enough money from it, I guess, but to me, money is, you know, money is only just a means to an end. Like, look at me. I'm still working on Suit for Hire. Well, kind of. I'm kind of working on it still. It's not like it wasn't popular. Sub Rosa was a niche game for sure. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely niche. But it's just like how Gary's Mod Dark RP could be considered niche, even though it's still very popular in its own, like, zone, you know? Why are you calling set location on the client? Shouldn't that be on the server? Well, here's the funny thing, Belly. Our movement is client authoritative. So whenever the server tries to call set actor location on the client, it doesn't work. So the client needs to call itself to set the location. Yeah, client authority does not make things easier. It actually makes things kind of harder and more annoying. Why is client movement authoritative? Just so it doesn't like lag or have any issues and whatnot, but opens his YouTube profile pic. Now that's hair. I still remember it was my sister that took that picture for me because I needed a picture for my resume. I needed a picture for my resume. And so this was what came up. My cousin said some stupid ass joke, and then that was when the picture was taken. The guy in that photo is not you. It's me, unfortunately. See how large his nose is? That's me. That's me, man. Certified huge nose. I'm looking at it now. I think my nose actually grew longer. Am I Pinocchio? What the fuck? Look at this. Look at the length. Look at what happened. Stop lying. Pre-Sufire and now it's post-Sufire. Okay, why is this fucker not working? Why isn't this working? Have I asked Grok? No. No. No, I refuse. Well. All right, let's just work on something, and then we'll go from there, okay? Let's work on the quota system. Yes, man. Yes, man. War Thunder's been cutting into my game dev time as of late. I've been playing a little bit of OSRS. I need something a little bit more chilled than Deadlock. Deadlock has been, I don't know. I think Deadlock has maybe shortened my lifespan by about 2 years by now. I think. So I've been trying some different stuff out. I've been trying out something a little different to Yeah. I'm killing Bloodvelds. Huge. Huge. Deadlock gets my heart pumping abnormally. I just play with teammates. You know what? No, it's me. It's me. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. 90% of the time. It is my own fault. It is me. It's a skill issue on my end. I can't keep blaming my team. Can't keep blaming my team. Okay, so what we need to do with the rail map system, the quota system, let's see. We need to do a multitude of things. Hold on. I need to check my email, actually. I just remembered. Give me 1 second. Am I okay? Are things okay? Am I okay? Are things okay? Is everything okay? Is everything operational? Everything is operational, boss. Boss, everything is operational. All good. DoorDash account still operation. How do the mechanics work now in this game? So the idea now is that we need to change. Instead of you having to be forced to feed the engine to continue to the next station successfully, you'll be able to leave whenever you want to immediately dock at the next station. However, you do need to reach the quota by the 3rd station. So basically, what shows up... We'll teleport real quick. Then we're in the 2nd route, and then we'll end up in the 3rd route. I think the game crashed. Weird. Game state. Get location and navigable radius. Get item _3. Access none. Get random location navigable radius. Is not a U class. Wait, no, show me the log again. Oh, thank you. It's trying to access something? Okay, good thing we only have 2 of these calls. This occurs in spawn monsters? Oh, this delay is probably causing problems. And then this is going through an infinite loop. which is probably why we're seeing this error of length 2. Right. Right. Which, by the way, length 2? That delay is dangerous. But that being said, this should not occur because I think it's because we just advanced way too quickly to teleport. We have to wait a bit. I love delays. Yeah, just got to be real careful that we don't do this too quickly. Okay. Hoping the user won't do it too quickly is not very good. Just write your timer stuff in C++. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that at some point. We will. Don't worry. We will fix all this stuff. Don't worry. We'll clean up all this stuff. Also, another thing to note, the player won't be able to do things as quickly as what we were doing, right? Like teleporting and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried. We're kind of abusing the system in a way. But we are definitely going to change the timer, those delays and stuff into timers. So yeah, it'll show end of line, fuel up, and then the players have to fuel up, or else well, actually, how should this work? End of line, fuel up. Because in theory, we want to allow the players to like purchase shit and then throw it into the furnace if they want to. Right? But then what happens if they don't have enough to fuel up? The players are just kind of stuck here? Blow up the train? Because the problem is we give them the opportunity to fuel up at the last station, but if they don't have enough to fuel up to the very end to reach the capacity, we can't just leave the players here sitting here. Like, obviously the ideal is that they push the button, but... And then I guess when they push the button, then the game would just end there. Do we calculate if they can fuel up the train? And then if they don't have enough fuel, like we calculate how much currency they have. And then if they, oh God, how do we go about doing that? Are you talking about a nuke at some point in the development? Yes, but that would be a car. That would be in the gameplay. Do you ever plan on having monsters at the stations? There was an idea that's a super scope creep where each station had its own like custom dungeon that you can go through to get more shit. But that's like super scope creep. It like becomes a Lethal Company dungeon in the station. And then that would be like a danger zone. But I don't know if we'll ever do that. Yeah, super scope creep. Do we say that you have to fuel up before reaching this station? That would make more sense, because then the timer would run out. Is this in 5.8? This is 5.6. It's in the budget. Write it down, write it down. Do I have a menu system? We got a menu. Well, we don't have that many menus in this game right now, yet. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to structure this. How does it work in Lethal Company? If you don't... I think it doesn't let you go to a shop, right? To sell your shit? I feel like it makes sense to be fueled up by the time you reach the last station rather than fueling up at the last station. I just feel like this is like a last opportunity to fuel up, but I guess it could be... It could be like you have to fuel it up while in the route, like before you reach the station for the final route. Like, I guess we could do that. Would you be willing to try a plugin? Quick distraction from hopping over that metal plate? Probably not. But if you have a link to it, like, is it like on Fab or something? Instead of a shop, you could send the players to a fueling station that has a monster. Oh, that could be kind of interesting. Well, I don't know about a monster, but it could be interesting that the third route, instead of it being a shop, maybe it's a whole different location that's just for fueling up. And then maybe there's a timer for the refueling, like you have to refuel it as fast as possible. Is the refueling part putting stuff in the burner? Yes, yes. Putting stuff into furnace. Into furnace. Shit. Yeah, maybe the refueling station is its own, like, area / level. So, okay, I have an idea. If, I have an idea. If the timer runs out or you proceed, you try to push the button and there's not enough fuel, you are stranded. Or you're in a like station level, like its own station. Then you can fuel up and then continue, and then you end up at the next station. If you push the button and you have the fuel, then you end up at the station, and then the new route begins. Huh? Oh. Aha. That could be the thing. It's like maybe the train stops. It's like, oh shit, you didn't have enough fuel to reach the next area. Okay, fuel up, and then you can continue. And then if you don't continue within the time remaining here, then the train explodes. Or something else occurs. I don't know, maybe something else occurs. Maybe a huge monster just eats the train. Almost implying that we're on the, like, we have to be quick when we're on the route. Okay, hold on. I gotta write this down. 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 Notepad 2. Notepad 2. Okay, here we are. Notepad 2, 2026-07-08. Notes on route completion. On final route / final fueling up station. If you had to feel a grumpy monster on one of these one of those old-timey cards with the seesaw handle shows up with a jerry can that kicks your ass and takes your wages. What the hell? That could be interesting though, if the last area is a monster area, but it's like super dangerous and you have like a tighter time limit to maybe get a couple like last items. That is a lot more scope. Guys, that's a lot more scope. Guys, that's an extreme amount of scope though. Because then we'd have to consider all of the different biomes that the player could be in. How do you pay the corpo? What's the win condition? The win condition is just you fuel up to the max required, and then that continues. So the only time you would end up stranded is if you were to push the button or the timer would continue and you didn't fuel up the generator. And essentially fueling up it would give you an opportunity to fuel up the generator one last time, basically. It gives you a little bit of like a okay, quickly fuel this fucker up, and if you don't fuel up within the time limit, which is I guess 2 minutes, then the run ends. Basically you get eaten by a big void monster or something. I don't know. You didn't answer my question about using players for fuel while I was dead. Brother, you can use players for fuel, yes. What was the scope creep part? The monster area? The scope creep part is if you get stranded, which is like that time limit that you have to fuel up your generator one last time. We could make it so you can jump off the train and like it's an actual like area that you can walk around in, but then that becomes a whole thing, like a whole environment that we have to create. Hear me out. Okay, I'm listening. All right. Yeah, okay. Okay. Has the procedural universe in a keyhole coming on? Huh? You mean like the portal idea that we have for some of the trains? We could do something where like, okay, what we could do, which would work across all of the different biomes, and maybe you end up in a tunnel, and then in the tunnel you can walk through the tunnel and there's like a big like dungeon type of deal where you can maybe find a couple extra items as your final stand. You run out of fuel but always end up passing a tunnel that's the last chance the player can hop out and continue the run. Otherwise the train explodes. Hop out? Like they jump off the train? I'm offering you a chance to stand up, or I redeem push-ups. I'm okay. Fine, I'll stand up. All right, fine. Relax, man. Don't don't threaten me. All right, jeez. All right, there. You happy now? I'm even stretching. Why not both? Oh my god. Guys, I literally can't do any push-ups. My back hurts. Okay, well, fuck you. Fine. 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 Slowest push-ups in existence. Ugh. Oh. You guys are funny, huh? Just a quick 2-hour walk around a labyrinth to find some kindling? No. It would be like a very short time limit. It'd be like a shortened time limit that you would have. That could be fun. It could be like a fun final stand. You gotta quickly find some items in the dungeon before dying. It could be fun. As like a, hey, fuel up. And then if you don't need to go through the dungeon, then you don't need to go through the dungeon. You just fuel up the fucker and then you're fine. But then we'd have to randomly generate the tunnels. Oh no. Scope, never heard of it. It's called fun, okay? Fun, interesting, fun, cool. Cool, fun, interesting, fun. It is big scope creep, though, having to generate a dungeon. Ah, yes, of course, generating a dungeon. It's probably a fab asset for it. I would like to maybe do one myself. I'm actually very curious how Lethal Company does. I think it's just based on a grid. I think Lethal Company is literally just a grid-based system. But some of the areas in the grid are larger. Does that mean that each grid space can be taken up by something larger? Now, like, what we do for the train is we use level instances. So we could easily use level instances to generate each little part, each little grid. I don't know if that's actually optimized, though, to do that. I don't know if that's very optimized, actually. I don't, Oof. If anything, maybe we just have... We don't even need to do the generating system. Maybe we just make a random dungeon in Blender. We whip it together and then just throw it in there. It'll be the same thing every time, but it'll at least give us an idea of if this is a good idea or not before we go into the whole realm of generating it. Huh? We could do that. That could be a good start. That could be the beginning. Scotty already fired the concept department? Oh, shit! Can you imagine what it's like being in a game company and like 90% of your colleagues just got laid off, and then you walk into the office and it's so empty? God, that's depressing. That seems depressing. I think I just got depressed. I think that sounds so... Oh my God. That sounds awful. I don't even want to think about that anymore. Get me out of here! That is horrendous. That's when they just put the pinball machines in a third cafe where those desks are? Damn. It's so crazy that they laid off so many people at id Software. And they also just released a DLC for the new Doom game. Okay. I think I like that idea. Let me just write it down before I... when the end of the line... When the players reach the end of... What do we call that? Rail map? When the players reach the end of their route/rail map, one of two things can occur. If the quota is reached, the players are sent to the next station to begin their next rail map/route.
So you don't lay yourself off.
Oh, thank you, Gray. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We will not be doing mass layoffs here at God Mode Interactive. Thank you to your Prime. Thank you, Gray. Thank you. Mass layoffs will not be occurring here at God Mode Interactive. Restructuring came in. Do you use AI in your workflow? Veteran Dev says, fuck no, I do it myself. Thanks for working with us. I just find this so funny. Didn't Microsoft or Xbox literally just get like a whole new CEO or boss? It was like, I'm going to make improvements. And then like there was a couple improvements and then everything went to shit from there on out. Just trying to, you know, is this why my nose is so big? I don't know why my nose is so big. I don't know why. Okay, so one of two things can occur. Can we make this a numbered list, actually? Numbered list. No, not to do... Please hold, I'm having trouble with my computer. When the players reach the end of their route/rail map, one of two things can occur. If the quota is reached, the players are sent to the next station to begin their next rail map/route. The train is stopped / stranded in a tunnel where a randomized dungeon can be found. If the players do not have enough quota, scour? What is the... How do you spell scour? Scour... Is it with a U-R? Scour. Yes. Training stops. Let's drain it in a tunnel. Randomized dungeon can be found. If the players do not have enough quota to reach the next station, they can attempt to scour the dungeon for more items to fuel up. Alternatively, if the players have items in the train, in the furnace. Okay, so if the quota is reached, the players ascend to the next station to begin the next rail map / route. So basically, you can, in theory, strategically choose to fuel up the train halfway, but have a bunch of items to still fuel up. But if you're greedy, you can go on ahead and end up stranded to get more items, but with risk, of course. Right? That could be the idea there. So that's cool. I think that's a cool little strategy aspect. And then tunnel were randomized. Quota reach the next station. They can attempt to scour the dungeon for more items to fuel up. Again, a shorter time limit to do this. Alternatively, the players have items in their train, but just need to put it in the furnace. They're given time to do this as well. Okay. I guess this would be a part of our big quota rework. To have this shit be in here too. I don't know what I typed, but it wasn't a complete sentence. If like anyone would choose the to not be greedy. Are you okay? Do you need a doctor? I'm not that guy. I'm not the doctor. I'm not the guy. But do you need a doctor? Do you need medical assistance? Sounds like a typing speed test. No, I'm at work. You need a doctor. I think you need a doctor. If the players do not have enough quota to reach the next station, they can attempt to scour the dungeon for more items to fuel up. They're given a shorter time limit to do this. Alternatively, if the players have items in their train but just need to put it in the furnace, they're given time to do this as well. Okay. Not necessarily, Fred. Kind of, but not really. I have an idea for like replayability. I like what Peak does, where every time you complete like a shift or you get to the top or whatever, I guess in this case it's completing a shift. You like, as long as you're at your highest difficulty, you unlock the next difficulty, and that adds like an additional element to the gameplay where it's like lower stamina or whatever. I think that's something I'd like to do from a difficulty standpoint. I do want to make it so the game could be endless. That could be interesting as well. But I don't know. Maybe the job board, if you accept certain jobs, maybe it adds difficulty that then gives you more reward. We could always do that. That could be interesting. You know? That could always be something on the job board. It's like survive with a nuclear car, right? Like that could be part of the side jobs. That could always be something that could be there if we wanted to. Train upgrades. I would like to make upgrades a thing. I would like to make that a thing. I would. And like player upgrades, like being able to add max health, kind of like what Repo has. We'll see what we can do. I think it's one of those things that we'll figure it out as we go. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so essentially, if the players all die, if all players perish while stranded, the run is dead. If all players perish while stranded, the run is dead and the run resets. Yeah, that seems about right. If the timer goes out while the train is not fueled up. If the timer goes out while the train is not fueled to quota, the run is dead. You are blind in one eye. Put eye patch on one eye. Half screen is black. That sounds awful. Grim, I sinned today. I got Dominoes and Crumble. Grim had that yesterday? No, I don't. I fucking... Dude, don't disrespect me. Sir, we have proof. I think it's time we ban Crimmage of the Day. I think it's time we ban Crimmage of the Day. It's being used as a tool to slander me. Please, the oceans are dry. They've chopped all the trees. The clouds don't exist anymore. It's all pollution. All of the animals are dead. Could you engineer it so bigger fuel is further away and attracts more monsters, so there's a risk to head for it and get back to the train in time? I do want to do some stuff like that where more rare stuff appears at the back of the train, definitely. We don't have any sort of rarity system for items yet, but that is definitely something I'd like to do later on, for sure. I got a small 6-pack, only 1,700 calories. Brother. 6 cookies. 1,700 calories. On top of that, it's filled with fucking sugar. And listen, man, you live your life. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, listen. Just, you know, you know more than, you know, from a health standpoint, I'm pretty sure sound, you know all that stuff. So I don't need to tell you anything, right? You know, I'm not your dad. I'm not your dad. You can do whatever you want. I saw a video of these like British guys, 2 British guys, very popular channel, I forget the name of it, eating Little Caesars, and they got extra parm and cheese, or parm and butter and parm or some shit, and they added it to their pizza, and I was watching it, and I was literally hearing squishy noises, and it actually kind of made me sick to the stomach for the first time in my life. And they ate like the crazy bread and everything, and it actually kind of made me sick to my... It was the first time I was like actually kind of sickened from food. Like I was like, dude, and I used to love Little Caesars, but now I go to like a local pizza place, and hearing that shit and seeing that pizza, I was like, yeah, I think I'm okay with never going to pizza places like that probably ever again. It's all plastic. It's like actually like cardboard and like not good. It's just not good stuff. So you found out you don't like mukbangs? Okay, to be fair, that's another time where I've gotten sickened is seeing any mukbang video actually. I'm eating a frozen pizza because the alternative is leaving the pizza. Okay, unironically though, I think a frozen pizza is actually probably healthier than any of the fast food pizza places you can go to. I think a frozen pizza, now depending on where you got it from, is probably healthier depending on what kind of frozen pizza you got. This game developer doesn't even do anything. He just opens and closes a door and literally doesn't do anything. You know what? Yeah, you're fucking right. Flies away. The hell was that? Yeah. Door opening simulator when? That's just this game, man. You're looking at it. This would make for a sick floors lava game. That's going to be the water area. Although it would be cool to have an area that's like a straight up lava as well. Like it insta damages you. That could be fun. But what would be the theme of that car? Would it even have a theme? Why would there be lava in the car? Spilled chemicals. Oh, I guess instead of lava, it could be like acid. Terminator. A geology convention. What? Make all the players trip balls. I want to do that as a monster. I want a monster that like spits out like some sort of like hallucinogen, and then you start like hallucinating and seeing things. I feel like that'd be hilarious. One of your friends is like, ah! It's like, what? I don't see shit. Transporting a volcano. That would be quite fitting for this game, huh? Well, we are going to have a train that literally is going to be like a greenhouse, like a jungle. So like I guess we could do crazy shit like that. If they die in the hallucination, do they die in the real train? Yeah. I guess could hallucinations deal damage to you? I guess that should make sense because it's like almost like you're getting heart attacks. Basically, it's like. You need a psychic health bar? That could be interesting. So you have to survive for a period of time. A new health bar appears. Okay, here's my problem with a lava room, though. How do the monsters get through that? Do they just like end up going on the side paths? The monsters aren't weak little baby monsters, they're real monsters. Why can't I type today? Brother, you need to lock in. Have a coffee. You need to lock in, have a coffee. Have a cuppa. You need a cuppa in you. Might just all congregate there and get stuck. That's why I'm thinking they should go like through the side paths. But then the problem is if they go through the side paths, then why don't the players just go through the side paths? I guess there could be platforms with items on them. So the risk would be to go through the lava area to get items. don't know. It's a little bit of a, it's a bit of a... What if monsters don't ever enter the lava area? Well, I guess that would be the idea, but then, like, let's say the lava area is the third car. How do the monsters cross over into the other areas? Force it to be further back? I guess. It could be further back, I guess. Do they have to? Well, if we don't have any monsters... So, like, let's say there's this car, and another car, and another car, and this one over here. Let's say this is the one that's lava. Basically, is this just, like, just becomes a safe zone? Because the monsters tend, at least in the current system, they spawn at the back. Right? They spawn in the back. So if we have a lava area, this could mean that all of the monsters are basically blocked here. So could be a rare cart, part of the rarity system. It grants better rewards, more risk. There's just an environmental risk. I mean, in the end, wouldn't monsters be per cart? I don't know if they'd be per cart. What if monsters just use their own path above the cars? A part of me was thinking it'd be interesting if monsters had their own, like, tunnel system, so they could just teleport from one end to another. But I don't know how the fuck that would work. I have no idea how that would work. Yeah, like Among Us events. The lava could slowly rise and fall like it does in Mario, so there's something I'm used to doing there, but you gotta be quick. That could be kind of fun too. That could be interesting too. That is technically a thing in Lethal Company. I noticed that some of the monsters spawn in through tiny little air ducts. What if the lava was a temporary state that you could use as a defense? Shit, I don't know how we would go about doing that. I guess the monsters would just try to run away from it or something. It would be so scary seeing a werewolf use a monster-only path in the car to get to you. So would it be a full-on path that they would be dedicated to going through? I guess it could be something like that. The car could have a tunnel dedicated to just the monster, and it would teleport them, and then end up in a path up top, and they just run across the path. You can hear them running on the metal catwalk. Pum, 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 pum. All right, I like that. I fuck with that. I just got to figure out how we would do that from a nav mesh. It could be a nav link. It could be a nav link. We might be able to do that through a nav link. Maybe put the path in all of the cars above the middle. I don't know if I'd put them in all of the cars. I don't know if I put them all in all of the cars. Only the ones where I think there would be like, yeah, like a trouble or something. Think that's worth testing. Should be simple enough to throw together. Yeah, we might fuck around with that. I heard a dirt noise. Steve? Steve? Was that you, Steve? Are you building a dirt house again, Steve? He's kind of like a cute little dog, you know, if you think about it. Like a chihuahua. We have a lot to do. A lot of cool ideas. Does it resolve our game, though? I don't know. I think so. I think the last chance thing is fun. I want to do a quick block out of the last chance system, though. The stranded system. I do want to work on the quota system right now. I do want to work on that, because that is a very big part of the game. So. Let's put this on the screen. The quota rework. V2 checklist. 3-stage quota system. Third route will require the fuel to be topped up to continue or the players lose. Okay, so we kind of already have that on paper now. Funny enough. Allow players to dock the train into next station after 1 to 2 minutes into a route. On final route, begin stranded event / level if players have not fueled up. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have to rework some of the stuff in the code. Such as the button will need to be changed up quite a bit. I believe we have that here. Allow players to dock the train into the next station after 1 to 2 minutes. Code in the start/stop button. Do I optimize the game as I go? Do I leave that for later? I feel like it's an ongoing thing. But improving the code, I think, is... Like, a lot of right now is, let's just get things working. Working. And then we can figure out how to, like, clean it up. Because a lot of right now is still... I know it's been a few months. I don't know how many months it's been. But we're still kind of in prototype phase. Or, like, figuring out how to do how to get the gameplay loop working in a way that we want it to. Corpo, we're bleeding. We technically are. We technically are. We technically are. Allow players to fuel the train while at a station. Currently can't due to old system. Okay, so, okay. Good. We got a lot of stuff to figure out. So... which part should we figure out first? I think the first thing is docking at the station. Allowing the players to dock at the station. Immediately, I think would be good. Vague and confusing is all the rage these days. Don't sweat it. I wouldn't say confusing is all the... I think allowing players to discover things is good, but if it's too confusing, it could be more frustrating. And frustrating is definitely not... Frustration is definitely not something you want your players to feel like all the time. I think frustration can be used as a tool, but in excess, I think it becomes a problem. Okay, so the start/stop button. When we start the route, the idea is after a certain period of time, we should be able to push this button to go to the next route, even if we didn't fuel up. So that's step one, I think, is allowing players to move forward whenever they want to. So, it's time to go into the button code. Right, so currently the only way this will activate and make it so the button state is ready is if you entered a station. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to unbind this. We're going to keep this. We're going to set a timer. For 2 minutes. Or let's say 1 minute. Allow button press. So after a minute, this button will be pressable, and then we'll be able to proceed into the next area. That's kind of step one. On a higher player count, wouldn't that be annoying if one player decides to stop the run? Well, technically in Lethal Company that can happen, right? Literally someone can just pull the fucking thing and everybody would... everyone would... everyone would end up... Some people would end up being abandoned, so... I'm not too worried about that. What we can do is... we can kick out the player. Okay, so if station does not equal none, we move this to false. Basically, this means we're at a station. Otherwise, we'd want this to dock at the station. So, it's going to be a little hacky. We're going to be getting through things a little hacky. But let's see if that 60 seconds at least starts. Actually, I think we do want to keep that state there actually as well. I think we want to keep this state. When we enter a station, we're gonna create the same event. Allow button press. Okay, then we push it. It disables. Then we wait 60 seconds. And then it will allow us to push the button again. But it won't work because we have to give it a different event. Okay, good. So then allows the button press again to then move on to the next area. I definitely will, Gray. I think that's I feel like that's going to be required. I do think we're going to have to change up a lot of our code, though, to reduce the amount of cheating that could occur. I'm not too concerned about like 100%, but there are a lot of systems in that are like really easy to cheat currently. So it definitely will be something in the future that I kind of improve upon, but I do think public lobbies are necessary. I've seen so many games, multiplayer games come out that don't have a like matchmaker or a public lobby system, and so many people will like put a negative review for that being a really big key point. I don't think everybody's going to be able to create a lobby with friends. So I do think having a public lobby system will be really important, I think, for sure. Definitely something I'm going to put in pre-launch, I think. Definitely. So if we are not at a station, then we need to go to the game state to load the station. Let me see. I think we have some events for that. Let's see if we server transition to station. So this will transition to the station. Train speed is set to 0. It respawns all of the dead players. Okay. Let me double check. What is it that causes us when the time limit goes out? By the way, this is 10 minutes actually, not 12. I thought this was 12 minutes. This is actually 10 minutes. Time spent en route, 600. Let's do 720, should be 12 minutes. I think 12 minutes is a good amount of time. So, train state tick, it will go on ahead. It will +1 to the route index. It will clear the tasks, force a net update, server transition to station, and then transition. Idea. Instead of, this would make things a little bit easier because then it just focuses on the time spent in the route. Instead of the start and stop immediately stopping, maybe we just speed up the time spent en route to like 700 seconds. So then there's 20 seconds left. I guess the problem with that then becomes someone's going to push the button and then think, well, we'd have to give them some sort of feedback for them to know that was pressed. But I think if we just reuse our system here, I think we should be good. Let's try it. Let's make a function for it. Set train time. Set train remaining. Set remaining game time. Sure, let's just do that. And then we'll do set time spent en route. Let's say it'll be 715, which means we'll have, or let's do 718, which means we'll have 2 seconds remaining, and then it will basically consider as ended. Kind of hacky, but should work for now. Let's see. So we push the button. 1 minute will pass by on the time remaining, which I hope I did the math right. I think I did. Maybe. Okay, the button is available. So basically, the instant we push this button, Okay. So far, so good. Time remaining is 0. Okay. Should it still show fuel? Yeah, it's because we didn't fuel anything at all. In this case, you can advance the station without fueling at all. That's going to be kind of like the gameplay. You can choose to fuel up at the very end. What I am going to do though, which I think should be interesting, is if you advance to the next stage, but you at least reached the like 1/3 marker, it'll give you like extra income. I think that'll be a good way to reward players that do keep up with the bars. But it won't be like a necessary thing to win the game. But obviously, I'm sure players would want to maximize how much currency they're getting, right? So that would be the thing. That's basically, we're basically switching it up so players have more of a chance of really like exploring without being penalized 24/7. Basically, that's the idea with this quota system. We're kind of just giving more sandbox opportunity for the players. That's the biggest thing, I think. Yeah. The bonus, what do we got? Oh my god, why? Oh, hold on, I need to look at this off stream. All right, we're gonna have to ban Crimmage of the Day. we're gonna have to ban Crimmage of the Day. Guys, I think we're gonna have to. That's something else. That is, I think for the health and safety of planet Earth, I believe we might have to ban Crimmage of the Day. With every image and video on that site, a community is in need of clean drinking water. He's right. He's right, you know. He's right, you know. All right. All right. So, interaction. Set time spent en route. Multi-start next route. So when we start the next route, it cuts the quota progress and the quota requirement. We don't want to do either of these because technically starting the next route is not correct. So for now, let's just cut the quota progress and cut quota and then we'll just set time spent en route to 0. Okay, and then the train speed gets set to 1, and then we do all this stuff. Imagine having to get a normal job again someday, and these are the first pictures your future employer finds of you. Yeah, I'm fucked, aren't I? So we searched up your internet alias on the internet, and we found this website. Do you have anything to say to this? It'll be a vibe check. It'll be a vibe check for the employer to see if I want to work there. That be the vibe check. Wait, there's a Dune Part 3 official trailer? Whoa! Whoa! Wait, I think a new Friend Slap game just dropped. It's called Burger Bots Inc. It's just Burger Bots Incorporated. You mean McDonald's? I'm not kidding. Look at these fucking Teletubbies looking characters. Man, what the hell? Why do the characters look like they're from Teletubbies? Are they also selling slop? It's literally Teletubbies. It's Teletubbies. They stole your quota mechanic. What the hell? Is Grim procrastinating? No. No, not at all. What do you mean? I literally have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so when we push this button, start next route is called. Oh shit. Quota requirement 100, quota progress 0. Oh no. We need an event for starting the run altogether. Have any requests for new criminals? I think this just unlocked a whole new world of content. I'm not participating in this. Listen, man, you do. I am, like I said, I'm not your boss. I'm not giving any ideas to this. Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea, 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 I have an idea. If the route index is 0, this will be the beginning point. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. If false, just do that. If true, also do this. Hold on, I'm cooking. Hold on, I'm cooking. Hold on, I'm cooking. Quota requirement for quota progress. So this could be 50. It used to be 35. We're just going to set it to 50 now. Or no, for testing, let's just do 45. For testing, let's just go back to 35. Okay, good. Fine. Problem solved. Okay, put that here. Put this here. Blah, 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 blah. I'm so hungry for food right now. So the reason why I was thinking we set it as like a timer, what we could do is maybe make it so when you push the button ahead of time, maybe we make it so like 30 seconds before the train would dock at the next station, it could play the horn. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we end up doing this. I think we could do it where it's like if all of the players are currently in the train and you push the button, then it'll like immediately do this, like 718 seconds. I don't know. We'll see what we do. However, this should work again. It shouldn't immediately end up at the station like it did last time. Yes, man. Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. This is good. Sort of. It's sort of good. The problem is, once we've completed the quota, we need to give it a new quota. Whatever. Okay, so now we just wait a minute. And then the button will become active. I also think a way to provide feedback with the button is once you push the button, it like actually goes inside of the thing. Like there's an actual press event. So then that way when it comes back and you're able to press it again, then it'll go whoop. Anyways, I'd be speeding up to go to the station. Now, when I'm in here, can I fuel up the thing? Oh, it already works. I thought we disallowed fueling when... Oh, wait, never mind. Are the Dune movies any good? I just found out there's a part 3 coming out. The first one felt pretty slow, I would say. But the music and the vibes and the atmosphere, I think are pretty awesome. I think the atmosphere is pretty cool. The story's interesting. It's a cool story. But man, the vibes and the atmosphere is cool as shit. If they keep pressing it, have it spring off and onto the floor, now it's broken. And then they gotta grab it and fucking put it back in. Oh shit. We should have mechanics like that. 100%. Okay, so if we start the next route, we should, in theory, continue keeping the fuel that we have. Yes, man! I want to test, before we put more rubber duckies in this bad boy. I kind of love seeing the fire of the furnace peep through in here while the power is out. Hell yeah. Aura. Several rubber ducky families were hurt in the making of this game. No, we're just teleporting them somewhere else. You know, like in Loki, you know? They're just being teleported. Somewhere else. And then they get eaten by a big monster. Yeah. Alright, so we continue. We should still have the halfway point in our quota. This is coming together. This is coming together, baby. This is coming together, baby. Since I got married, it's been hard to find time to watch sci-fi. Wake up early, 6 a.m. Watch Dune Part 1 and Part 2. Just tell her that it's a love story. Or them, sorry. Her or him or her. Or them, or whatever. Yeah, and then that usually works. I think. I don't know why they're calling it Dune Part 3 when it's its own book, unlike Part 1 and 2, which were the same book. Well, I don't know. So, listen. It's the movies Part 1 and Part 2 and Part 3, not the books Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Okay. So far this is actually working. So far, this is actually working. Yeah. I never read the Dune books. I don't read. Plot twist. I just don't read at all. I'm starting to think it would actually be... Oh, but then how would we go about doing that? It would be interesting to start the train off and go from point to point. Go from point to point. So if we end up at a station, instead of us immediately being there, we're at the halfway point here, and then halfway point here, and then there. And then when we push the button, this is the final chance. So this is currently, we end up at the station. What would actually end up happening is we end up stranded. So we end up in the tunnel. We end up in the tunnel, and that would be the dungeon, kind of randomly generated dungeon segment. But if we are fueled up, then we end up at the station, and then the next route begins. Which is kind of what the idea was, right? With the whole thing. So we would have to put some code here to determine, do we end up at the station with the next route, or do we end up stranded? So this would be where we would go about doing that whole thing. Yes, yes, very good, yes. Yes, very good, yes. Yeah, yeah, alright. Okay, alright, yeah, alright, yeah. Alright, okay, alright, yeah, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, okay. Okay. Ow. Maybe I should just make the bullet radius bigger. Are you still on that, Skyfer? With your bullet hit registration? What do you mean still? Sorry, my apologies. Are you currently working on... Wait, Skyfer, are you the person that that asked about the bullet radius for Suit for Hire, and then you were kind of working on some bullet stuff as well? Or are you working? Are you also working? No? Oh, interesting. Okay, so the second person working on some bullet stuff. In Suit for Hire, we use sphere traces for hit reg. So it's slightly larger than the actual bullet. I'm working on my combat, and the human-sized enemies feel a bit small. Why not make them a little bit larger? Bulky motherfuckers, you know? Size them up a little bit, you know? XL, 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 you know? Why not? Okay, this is kind of working. The only problem right now is when you finish the quota, I think it will immediately teleport all of the players to the next area, which is not what we want. So that's the one thing we need to do, which I think is pretty easy because I believe that's in the tick state. Aha, if the quota requirement is more than or equal to, or this. So what we have to do is just check time spent en route, and then we teleport the players to the next area. That would make it so it no longer automatically teleports the players, and so they choose when they get teleported, or the time runs out. Either or. If an enemy who's a human, kind of, is taller than the player when the player's right in front of them, it's fine. Oh, are you doing first person, Skyfer? Yeah? I guess it depends on the kind of vibe you're going for. But I feel like that's usually fine. I feel like that's usually fine. Hey, listen. I'd say if you can, scale up the enemies as easily as possible. Just like scaling them up and see if it feels any better. So then that way you're not like investing too much time into it. And see if it helps a little bit, even if it's like janky looking a little bit. All right. Okay. I like the changes that we're making here because in theory the players could really quickly gather a bunch of items, bring them to the front or send them via the delivery system, and then quickly get back to the front and skip, so then that way their train doesn't take that much health. So I feel like it gives a lot more control to the players over how they want to kind of do the run, which is, I think, good. I think that's good. I think. Of course, there is still a time limit, of course, but it's 12 minutes, which I feel like is more than long enough. More than long enough. Did I just see something else? No, I didn't. think we gotta put more item spawns in this level, actually. Or in this car. I don't think there's that many. I think this also has a couple item spawns that are inside of some of the meshes because I didn't update them. Uh-oh. Huh? Did I work on Unreal Engine 0? I don't know what that is. There's an Unreal Engine 0? Really? Am I a joke to you? He's literally looking at where I'm jumping. Oh. 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 Where did he go? Fuck. I literally don't know. Oh, he's over there. Okay, bye. I just walked into that landmine. But it stopped me. My collision stopped me from running on top of it. Maybe we should change that. So you could just jump on... You could just walk on it. So now, in theory, you don't have to fuel up the engine. You could just throw your shit over here. Work on a bunch of stuff now. What's my step height? I actually don't know what it's set to. There is an electrical fault, and a window needs to be cleaned. Where is the electrical fault? Maybe some of these doors should have like icons on them to show like what's in each one. Wait, where? Yeah, there's an electrical fault. Oh, it's over here. God, we need to make that light appear from farther away. And then the other thing is just the window. Okay, so now we can choose to... Let's just go on to the next area. So now... in the station, we can start fueling up rather than fueling up in the run. Okay, this feels so much better as a gameplay flow. Look at us. Well, to be fair, we have to increase the quota because now we're going through 3 different randomly generated trains. So that will have to be, we will have to do it differently. Making a top-down shooter, then making the enemies bigger is fine. When I was prototyping my Survivor game, the 2 meters test capsule meshes felt really nice. Are you doing top-down, Skyfer? If so, maybe make the... Maybe make them wider? Maybe make the monsters wider? Rather than taller? There's an old project currently is an FPS. Alright, I just remembered that I asked you if it was an FPS. My bad, my bad, my bad. My brain is not working at its highest capacity right my brain is like... Did you forget to eat your oat slop? Bro, I haven't had oat slop in a while. I could go for some fucking oat slop, right, by the way. Dude. We are dangerously past the 2-hour stream time. Brain deteriorating fast. There's a bomb in my locker? I need to eat more oats, but what's oat slop? Oat slop is like, it's basically just... oats heated up, quick oats heated up with milk in it, and it just looks like slop. But damn, is it delicious when you put brown sugar in there, put some, you could put honey, you could put maple syrup, vanilla extract. Oh, dude, chia seeds. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Yeah, berries if you want to. I like to put sunflower seeds in. Gives it a little bit of crunch. What's for lunch today, Krim? Probably leftovers. Okay. The new quota system actually works. Now it's just making the end point, which is either you get stranded... or not. Yes, done that one. On the final route, begin the stranded event. Don't have that yet. Allow players to field the train while at a station. Yes. Okay, so these two are done. Now we just have these two. Yeah! So basically continuing the route. Okay. I started eating yogurt slop. I just buy plain yogurt and add granola and random fruits as a dinner. It works pretty good. It's quite good. Definitely good to do that. Yogurt is a bit of a tough one for me, especially plain yogurt. It has a very like milk, like cheese taste to it. So I have to really like try to mask the flavor. I don't know what it is. Milk these days has also been kind of like, oh, it's got a cow taste to it. It tastes like cow. Buying the wrong yogurt. Oh, I'm just, it's got a very raw taste to it. I think I need to mask it with a bunch of sugar and shit, which is obviously not very good for me, but okay. Things are looking good. Ignore the errors. When the players reach the end of the route/rail map, one of two things can occur. If the quotas reach, the players ascend to the next station to begin their next rail map/route. The train is stopped/stranded in a tunnel where a randomized dungeon can be found. If the players do not have enough quota to reach the next station, they can attempt to scour the dungeon for more items to fuel up. They're given a shorter time limit to do this. Alternatively, the players have items in their train, but just need to put it in the furnace. They're given time to do this as well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you sure it was milk? I think so. I used to do overnight oats. Overnight oats are very good as well. I just got lazy. So instead of overnight oats, I just did quick oats. But overnight oats are good. I just started doing quick oats instead. Just because I'm lazy and I forget to set it up the night before. But yeah, overnight oats are great too. I feel like quick oats kind of just gives you the same result. It's just that they're hot. It's like warm, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just like on a difference of, do you want it cold or do you want it hot? Because I feel like there's not much flavor difference, like leaving it, soaking it in for like 8 hours with like a bunch of other stuff. I feel like it's not that much different, to be honest. Okay. So now we just need to work on the end of the line segment. We need the stranded area. It all comes out of the same hole. Yep, it does. Yep, but that do be yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's kind of true. Yeah, it's yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we just need the stranded event, which we could just make we could make a level for it right now. That's just the tunnel, which we could definitely do. I don't think that'd be a big problem. Yeah, let's make the level real quick for this, actually. Game route underscore stranded. I believe the tunnel will only move. I gotta rename this, by the way. So we could put the tunnel over here. Right? We got our tunnel. And then let's go ahead and copy the floor from station 0. Put that in here as well. And then ideally, I guess we move this up. And then we can delete that. It would be really interesting if all of the other cars are still in play. That actually could be very interesting. So the monsters in the other areas are still there. I think that could be kind of cool. How do you move the map? Does it just have a projectile movement? It's literally just add offset based on the speed of the train. I think you should have to contend with monsters smashing the train up while it's stationary. We could make it so train health is still a problem. Like, we could still do that. Like, I don't think that's like a... I think that could still be very interesting. Found a huge recipe list forever ago on a random Title Max website. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh my god, it's just a big, huge link. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what I did. Bro, how are you eating this shit with a straw? You cannot eat this shit with a straw. That's like actual oat slop. Like, that's real oat slop. You can't fucking eat that shit with a straw. You must have left that thing in for 24 hours. Yeah, this is almost basically sort of the exact recipes I looked. It was a YouTuber that I saw that did some of the recipes. I wouldn't doubt that they're very similar. But I did chia seeds, vanilla extract. At one point, I tried cocoa powder in it sometimes. I also did Greek yogurt because that adds more protein. But instead of honey or maple syrup, I put brown sugar in. But I'm sure this is a more healthier alternative as well. Pumpkin spice looks kind of fire though. Ground nutmeg, pumpkin puree. Oh shit. Ground cloves. Oh my god. Greek yogurt is so sour. When you start combining Greek yogurt with the other stuff, it's usually not that bad. But it does, the flavor can overtake like the entire oats if you're not careful. I don't know about some of these at the bottom here though. Not my style. Although key lime pie. That looks kind of good. Interesting. Yeah, very similar to some of the recipes that I was kind of doing. Some similarities for sure. I don't know if we should add like maintenance tasks. While you're stranded. You know, Corrado, there's a new FriendSlab train game called Forest Escape. Huh? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, I think we've seen this game. I think we... Have we seen this game? I think we have seen this game. Yeah, we have. It's very much more like survival game-esque. Like typical survival game. Like building on the train and shit. You should add fun, whatever it is. Listen here, motherfucker. We know. Okay, so we have the route stranded. So if you become stranded, this becomes the area that you get put in. Now, it would be nice if the floor of this goes down. Would be good to maybe fix that in our mesh. Also would be good to do a start and stop, a beginning and end to this mesh, so then that way we don't need these internal faces. Not a huge problem, but not great. We're also going to need a custom mesh to like put in the tunnel and everything here, so the players can explore that. But this is the beginning for our stranded level. Oh. Made some optimizations to the website. I have to do a bunch of website stuff soon, actually. Our like God Mode Interactive website is super old. It should be its own like thing for the studio, but it links straight to Ronin. Suit for Hire is super old. I think it's still in the state of like early access. Not good. And then the Ronin domain is literally just the God Mode Interactive website. So we definitely need to make some changes to this. Hundo Percento. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to take a little short break. Did I make that website? It was a template that you can find online for like I forgot what the like website kind of like framework is, and then I modified it. Not Wix. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, I'm gonna take a little short break. Gonna find some food or something. Quickly get a little snack. Turn on the coffee machine for coffee 2. And then I'll be right back. So see you in a second. Yeah. Hello. I need an extra screen for Subway Surfers. Mods, put it somewhere on the screen. I got a couple little snacks, and I ate a couple pieces of beef jerky. Mm-mm-mm. What's going on in the game dev world? What do we got going on this week? I guess we looked at all these, huh? Didn't we? What is that? It's like a Fiber One. Chocolate fudge brownies. Hell yeah. I'm getting my fiber in. Did the YouTube algorithm just like get bored and just is recommending me like the weirdest things? What the hell's going on? Anyone here watching the World Cup? Who's playing today? Is no one playing today? Wait. Oh wait, there's no matches today? I think there's no matches today. The next match is tomorrow. Bro, why did they have to put against Argentina, which is clearly the rigged team, the favored team against Switzerland? Oh, my poor team, Switzerland. They tried so hard, and in the end, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. They got us going up against Argentina. They got us going up against Argentina. I'm Swiss. I'm Swiss born in Switzerland. I live in Canada, but Canada seemed to have dropped the ball a little bit. Unfortunately. They were really shit. Dude, I don't even remember which team it was up against. Which team were they up against that they, I think, got 4 goals up against them? Oh, 3. It was against Morocco. Yeah. At this point, I feel like there's 2 teams I'm interested in. Norway or Switzerland. Norway or Switzerland. Switzerland, though, every match, it's like they have great opportunities and then they lose it. Then they fuck it up. Switzerland. Doing great. Great opportunity. And they missed it. Swiss eliminated my country, so I'm glad they're going against the rigged team. That's crazy. But what if we beat the rigged team? Probably not. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. What if that's part of the script, though? Hold on. What if that's part of the script? No, I think if Switzerland loses, it's their own fault, to be honest. I think they lose so many opportunities. Unless they can play on their A game, which I think they can play pretty strong. I don't know. We're going to have to see. The script says C game. Coded in C? Oh, no. Okay. Hold on. I got a couple more banana cookies. What's going on with the game today? We made some big changes. Basically, in the route, you can choose to dock at the next station whenever you want to. And now you can progressively put fuel into the generator. Cookies with less than 200 calories? Fuck yeah. Definitely less than 200 calories. It ain't no crumble cookie, that's for sure. It ain't no crumble, and thank God. Homemade banana bread cookies. So yeah, that's what we did today. Working pretty good. We tried to do a little bit of playtesting earlier today to try to discover if we fixed a couple, like one of the bugs. But yeah, share with the class. They're literally just very basic banana bread cookies, guys. Like, yeah, that's it. With some chocolate chips inside. With some chocolate chips inside. That's it. That's all it is. Did I make them myself? No, my partner made them. I don't know why the plunger is so buggy. I think there's an issue with the line trace beginning point of the plunger. Let's look at that real quick. Is it the box that I don't think it's the box that determines that. I think it's this. Oh. Wait. Damn it, I need the rotate system. still doing it. I think we might be able to multiply by 10? Dude, I need my... Come on! I need the rotate system! There we go. Sorry. The cookies are a little bit dry. They ain't moist. Wait, what? Something's not right. Something ain't right with this motherfucker. Let me look at the code. Oh. Oh, maybe it's that. There's two separate line traces. I see. This is probably the one I'm looking at. Someone remind me to put the rotating system in ASAP. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. Okay, there we go. I think now that there's a higher distance... Right. Now that there's a higher distance by 10, maybe we minus 10 from the distance. I'll put it next to the other 12 tasks that are needed ASAP. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I think the only problem is in the release. Okay, we're in. We're in. Put it in the wall. Jump on top of it. Get on top of the locker. Now we're gaming. Now this is rock climbing. What happens if we put it on a moving object, though? It's like nothing ever happened. Now think of a Fadian game with only a plunger. 2 plungers. You get 2 plungers. But what if you drop the other plunger? Oh, shit. Oh, no! You gotta reset. Okay. Okay. Something that would be a good polish is changing how the fade out everything starts happening. Maybe it should happen while faded out. Would be a good idea. Would probably be a good idea. And changing the default UE wood texture? Ah, who cares? Who cares? Why do I hear oh, that's because the werewolf is stuck upstairs. Yep. Good, a monk, how's it going? Did any items spawn in here, or are they all in the walls? Phone. Krim, can you TP yourself with the item TP? Toilet paper? Can you TP yourself with the item TP? Can I don't know what you're saying. What is he saying? Oh, with a teleporter item. No, we don't have a teleporter item. Uh-oh. Guess I'm gonna keep this then. No, we don't have a teleporter item. The item teleporter you just used? I don't have an oh, the item teleporter. Oh, the delivery system. No, you can't. You can't. It's just items. Just for items. Just for items. Great. Am I gonna have to carry all this thing all? Okay, well. Guess we're carrying this bad boy all the way back. There are a lot of faults in here. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put all this shit over here. I'm gonna send it off. I'm gonna fix this. Uh-oh. My problem right now with the game is it's constantly, I feel like we're not given enough time to deal with the tasks on the train. I feel like we're like, I don't know, that's gonna have to be something we have to figure out. With more people? Yeah, with more people it might be very different. We'll have to see how that works out. Gonna be very interesting to see. Repo plays very different with solo. Yeah. I think The one big thing is I would like to try to make it so tasks appear near the player more. That way they can try to complete the tasks that are nearby them. We're going to have to change the entire algorithm for how tasks appear, I think. Look at the amount of shit we got in here. Look at this. There's stuff clogging up the door. All right, now we can just... Okay, and now we can feed a bunch of shit in here. Actually, let's keep the bolt cutters. Even though it doesn't really have too much use yet. Same should go for train rot. I think I want to make a solo play definitely possible, for sure. See, now we're just like feeding excess. I think solo should have its own rules. I think it should scale with how many players are in the match. I think that would be the best way of going about it. It should scale with how many players are in the match, and then which difficulty we're in. And I think that would probably be the best way of going about it. My items are dropping again randomly. I don't know why. I thought we fixed this. Did I make the train darker? We did a bit of post-processing changes, but I haven't made it super dark, no. Does it look dark on your guys' screen? A bit, yeah. I haven't changed anything with the lighting. I do have plans to change some of the lighting stuff, though, so... But I do kind of want the game to be dark-ish-esque. Some of the train cars are much larger, so I haven't adjusted their lighting just yet. So some of the train cars are like really dark at the moment. That will probably be adjusted over time. Ugh. All right. We reached the 4-hour mark. I would say we've done some pretty good progress. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. I got a couple things I need to do. I got a couple calls I need to go to. I'll try, though. I'll try to start stream tomorrow. If anything, we stream later. I'm not doing those 5 push-ups. You're really going to make me go and refund the push-ups that you literally redeemed right at the beginning of the stream? Or end of the stream? Insanity. Refund all of them? No. Tomorrow, though... we'll work on the stranded system, or if the quote is finished, then you get sent to the next station. So we'll work on that. And then... Yeah, I think that's a good goal to work towards for tomorrow. Official playtest soon? Dude, I still don't think the game is ready. Even if we've adjusted this gameplay loop a little bit, I think we need a couple more monsters, more items, more cars. More maintenance tasks, like types of maintenance tasks, I think would be great. When I just want to do early access? No, playtest is more like closed, so I'm trying to figure things out without, you know, charging people yet. Like a month-ish? No, I think it's going to be, I think we're still quite a bit out. We're still quite a long way out, I would say. Still quite a long way out, I would argue. All right. The game is still getting to a point where I'm quite happy with it. Not like it's in a position where it's quite happy, where I think I could probably go back to some Suit for Hire DLC work and start splitting up the time again a little bit. I think we're getting to a good point where we can start working on the DLC a bit more. But yeah. Yeah. I'll see you guys and gals tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully I'm on tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah. Yep. All right. Goodbye.